Hey folks, welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today I'm going to be going over a few Luna Classic prophecies. I'm going to discuss another prophetic word that I was given from one of the Patreon members about Luna Classic around that 12 cents area. And then I'm also going to share briefly what Now Daily Bread Prophet sharing something about Luna Classic and also possibly the state of another particular coin and maybe the whole crypto industry as a whole. And then I'm going to share Drew Wyatt's clarification on his dream concerning where he said he saw it go to 10 cents 3 times. And so he came out with another video and he clarified what exactly he saw. So I think that's important. And so we're going to put all this together and so that we can figure this out, because I'm also going to add Christopher Harris's prophetic dream concerning Luna being around the 12 cent mark. So there's just a few of these that I'm putting all together. But first, before we get into that, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing information, giving you my thoughts and my opinions. And if you guys like these videos that I make, the support links are down below in the description and also the about section of YouTube. All right, now the first thing is, folks, is that when it comes to trying to decipher all these dreams and visions, I'm not always going to get it right. And sometimes the people that are giving the dreams and visions aren't always going to get their interpretation right. Sometimes it changes, right? Sometimes you can have a dream and you wake up and you have your interpretation. You believe that it's interpretation. And then a day or 2 days later or a week later or a month later, your whole insight on that dream can change. Somebody else can give you the interpretation that seems more along the lines than what you had. And so this does happen. I have noticed this. As many dreams and visions that I talk about and go over, sometimes the people that are giving these dreams and visions, sometimes their own perspective changes. And that's one of the most important reasons why you want to follow these people. Because if they do have to clarify something, you don't miss it, right? And I try to keep up with it to the best I can. And if I think it's a clarification that needs to be discussed, I'll do it. I mean, it's just like Dr. Maria Conwell's prophetic word about the two waves. I made a video, and several days later, I had to come back and make my change. But you know what? People didn't see the follow-up video to that. So even though I gave an interpretation that was wrong, right, and I came back and made a video and said, well, okay, now this is what I'm really thinking, and then people are like, well, what happened? Well, if you didn't watch the follow-up video, which most of the people didn't, they never received the update. So, and this is with everybody, right? Because these are things and patterns I've noticed over the years. I mean, if you look at Kim Clement's prophecies, how many times different people have tried to interpret and how many people got it wrong, including myself on some different things over the years. So the first thing that I want to do is go back over Drew Wyatt's explanation of the dream that he had dealing with Luna Classic going to around the 10 cent mark. This dream is 2 parts, and I'm only playing the first couple minutes. The other part, I'm going to go in another video because God has shared something with me dealing with XRP, Luna Classic, and the Bitcoin buy limit orders. All right, so that will be for another video that will probably more than likely come after this one, or I think it's important since we are in the month of July. And July is supposed to be a really big prophetic month. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening in July dealing with the Federal Reserve. But let's go ahead and get into this. And so he's going to go ahead and kind of go back over the dream and clarify some things.
Hey everybody, so I had a dream update to add on to the Luna Classic original dream that I had. And before I tell it, I want to readdress my original Luna Classic dream. I had several people asking me, well, when it went to 0, what did you see it at? And so in my dream, when I saw this single red candle, I see the red candle go up, I see it touch 10 cents, and I see it come down and the candle disappears. And I see it come back up and it touches it again, and I see it disappear, and I see it come back up and it disappears, and it does this 3 times. So I didn't actually see a price when it came down all the way. That's not what I'm getting at. And I'm not saying in the physical that even transpires to that hits 10 cents 3 times, as much as it was a confirmation that it's going to at least hit 10 cents. Now, what I'm also gonna say is I didn't see it stop at 10 cents. I saw on my screen 10 cents, I saw the candle up really high, It doesn't mean at the height of the candle that it was 10 cents. I just want to clarify that from my dream.
Okay, so you heard what he said, that it very well could be a confirmation that it is going to hit 10 cents and that at the height of the candle was higher than the 10 cents. And we're going to have some other confirmations dealing with this. And so that 10 cent mark, first of all, could be very well a safe place to sell. Now, what I have seen before in the past, and I remember seeing with cryptos and stocks, where you'll just see a few sales that are super, super high, right? So say, for instance, or the 10 cents was not at the tip of the candle, so it very well could be 20 cents. And then it comes back crashing down. That doesn't necessarily mean that if you place some orders at 20 cents that your orders will actually kick in, even if only a few orders get filled at that point. So if it does go back down, we do have some other prophetic words about it hitting around the 10 to 12 cents area and then coming back down to zero. And so, and then obviously from some of the other prophetic words that eventually it will hit that 10 cents again. But I think this is going to be important for us in taking profits and then putting back in, not just into Luna Classic and other cryptocurrencies, which I will get into in my follow-up video. I'm going to play around the first 2 minutes of Prophet Share, Now Daily Bread, of her Terra Luna Dream Insight, right? And this is going to be very important because she's been talking about these particular dreams and visions, not just hers, but other people too. But she's got some insight on the one that she was dealing with, okay, from the one that she had.
Hi everyone. So in this video, I'd like to give some insight regarding the Terra Luna dream that I shared in my last video. So basically, in a nutshell, I believe that the Lord is saying that there's going to be a breakthrough for a coin, a crypto token, and at the same time, there's going to be a crash-like event. So simultaneously, there's going to be a crash-like event similar to the one that happened when Terra Luna crashed, but it's going to be of a much smaller magnitude. And it will be, the same people will be involved, basically. So how I saw it in waking up, the way I felt it is that I felt that Terra Luna Classic is going to shoot up, yeah, and I felt like Luna 2.0 is going to come down, and then yes, and it will be happening simultaneously. Is how I felt. Now, the toothpaste part of it, you remember I said I saw a giant toothpaste coming from the sky, from heaven. I believe that's wisdom. I believe the Lord is gifting his people wisdom.
Okay, so before we go any further, what she's getting ready to get into will be in my follow-up video, either after this one or the following. But she says that Luna Classic, as it's going up, Luna 2.0 is coming down. So it might be very well that either Terra Luna 2.0 is going to be crashing, right? Or the rest of the industry is crashing while Luna C is going up. Now, to somewhat confirm that, if you guys remember in my Store J video in this prophetic word from Kevin K, in the dream, I was looking at coin market cap and I had sorted it out by top gainers in the last 24 hours. Store J was at the top. It was up 47% and it was currently at 20 cents. Further down the list was both Luna C and USTC. Both were up 20% ranged and both were 10 cents. So with Store J currently over 70 cents, also on that day, it would have to have started around 13 to 14 cents. This means it would have to have dropped hard like the rest of the market. Of course, Luna C would be far higher than it is right now. So I discussed this already, and basically Store J, from where it's at right now, I think right now it's around the 64, 65 cent range, would have to drop all the way down to the 13 to 14 cent range. So obviously something has happened to where Storage A itself was down too as well. So if Storage A was going down and Luna 2.0 was going down, so it would seem like the whole market itself was going down except for Luna Classic and USTC. So to me, this provides a little bit more insight into where the prices are going to be at as far as the rest of the market. Now, this next dream comes from somebody who posted in the Discord, right? JVT. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share this dream about Luna Classic, right, and the whole 10-cent mark. I never had dreams about crypto, but once I bought Luna Classic after it crashed, I've had 3 dreams about it. In 2 separate dreams, I saw it hit 12 cents. Right? In another dream, I saw it having crazy volatility, going from 1 to 1,000 and back to 1 and back to 1,000 multiple times. In that dream, I was able to sell at the top and buy at the bottom multiple times and became extremely wealthy. So much so that people close to me were mad when they found out how much money I had made. Your dream confirms this. If Luna were to hit 10 cents and drop back down to 0.0001 and then back to 10 cents, that would be exactly what happened in my dream as it pertains to the difference in value from top to bottom. This is an amazing dream. Thank you for sharing. So I believe this has to do with Drew Wyatt's dream, that this was his response to what he had saw in his dream. Now, he did clarify that it's not like that he said he was seeing it go from 1 to 1,000 and then back to 1 and then back to 1,000 multiple times, right? He said here that if Luna were to hit 10 cents and drop back to 0.001 and then back to 10 cents, that would be exactly what happened in my dream as it pertains to the difference in value from top to bottom. So JVT basically saw it in 2 separate dreams hit 12 cents. And the other one that he saw was basically crazy volatility, and I believe that. Now, of course, some people say, well, what if you really did see it go from 1 to 1,000? Well, that would be absolutely insane. And I don't think anybody has seen it yet at over 1,000. Is not to say that if it has to do something with the shorts or whatever, trying to cover, and it's fluctuating that high, but I do believe that what he was saying was it just basically represents the difference in the value from top to bottom. Prophetically speaking, people have seen it over $100, right? Christopher Harris, Prophet Solomon saw it at $100. On this here, I just clarified here about what Drew Wyatt saw, the single red candle from 10 cents or more to 0 3 times. The height of the candle was higher than the 10 cents. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen 3 times. From what we are seeing prophetically so far, that it's probably going to happen at least twice. It has to reach that point or past that point and then come back down and then eventually again go back up again. Now, Christopher Harris, he said here on the 12th of June, I saw Luna rise over 12 cents, though I didn't see how high. In the dream, I sold part of my holdings, then half, and then when I checked the price, it was back to 1 to 2 cents. So the other dream that I just shared with you guys, where he said he saw it at 12 cents, and then we have Christopher Harris who saw it at around the 12 cents mark, and then Christopher Harris saying that he saw it at 1 to 2 cents, right? So we look at Drew Wyatt and how it went from the height, not necessarily from 10 cents, but a little bit higher than that, coming down, right? And then we have Christopher Harris too as well. All right, so I believe that this is the opportunity that we're going to be selling anywhere between 10 to 12 cents, right? Now, it could go up higher, and this is one of the things that I might do in this situation, all right? And this is just me, right? You guys might look at all this stuff and have a completely different view on all of this. It might be very well that you might want to stagger some of your orders, right? Your sell limit orders, right? You might have some at 10 cents, 11 cents, 12 cents, 13, 14, 15. We don't know how high it's going to go. If God was going to show us this, I think he would show us at a different pricing point to where it was safer if it was going to go up higher. Say if it was going to go up, let's say it does touch 20 cents. That doesn't necessarily mean that our order is going to kick in. So if you stagger your orders from, say, 10 to 20 cents as an example, I don't know how far I'm going to stagger my orders up. It might be very well, it could go up to 20 cents, but your orders may not get filled even if you have sell limit orders that high. I believe that the 10 to 12 cents area that what people are seeing is a safe area to sell. Because we know with cryptocurrency, and he just said he just saw one big red candle, what Drew saw. All right, and then we also have Christopher Harris, who also had his drawing that you can see right here about it dropping down. So I'm thinking maybe if I stagger my orders anywhere from 10 to 15 cents, and maybe not that many, it just really depends, above that. But, that's the whole thing, is you don't really want to take chances so much because you already know that it's going to drop back down to, according to the prophetic, down to 1 to 2 cents or maybe even a little bit lower than that. So I'm thinking, there's going to be just a lot of volatility in the crypto markets, right? Regardless if this is going to happen very, very soon. I'm going to get into Luna Classic being seed money for other cryptocurrencies. And I think this is why God is showing us these things in this way, so that not only you can sell off, get back in, but also to be able to take care of a lot of other things, right? Kind of just like the Bitcoin buy limit orders, and I'll really get into that. So hopefully you guys understand that just because they're seeing 10 cents, that it could go higher, but I think what my current thinking is right now, that's going to be that 10 to 12 cents area is going to be a safe place to sell. And then you could try to place in, maybe a few other orders above that mark. And during this time period of volatility, what did Prophet Sharon say? That Luna Classic was going up and Luna Classic 2.0 was coming down. This one by Kevin, where he saw Luna C and UST at 10 cents, while Store J was actually pretty low. And then we have JVT, who talked about seeing it hit 12 cents, right? And then also seeing some volatility. This is going to be a time when we're going to need to do one thing, that if you don't have any sell limit orders in, you're going to need to learn to hit the sell button. That doesn't mean you put all your Luna into one buy limit order. I did set aside for my own self, I did set aside just a little bit over 1 million Luna that I'm not touching at all whatsoever. In case there is a mistake that is made or anything else like that, that I at least have something to fall back on. Now, currently, you see Bitcoin down to 19,187, and we are expecting some type of catalyst to bring it down to either to the around the 16 to the 17,000 mark, or we might get a Bitcoin flash crash. And then currently, Luna Classic is at 301266. Terra Classic USD, which is USTC, is at 0.064. All right, so that was actually shown at 10 cents at the same time as Luna Classic. Being here in July, we have some prophetic expectations that things are going to happen. But in my next video, I'm going to be dealing with Luna Classic and the Bitcoin buy limit orders and the purposes behind both of these, right? And it's something that God had shared with me dealing with XRP. One of the things that we are currently looking for, which we did get some news on one small exchange doing the Luna burn tax. We're just waiting on Kucoin to make that Twitter post. Now, it might very well, that could be a catalyst for Luna Classic to go up to 10 cents and come back down, right? Because we can't really say how fast this is going to happen, because sometimes we hear these dreams and we see, it went from 20 cents to 10 cents, or it went from 20 cents to 0, whatever the case, but we don't know how long it's going to take. Just like people have seen dreams that Bitcoin was really high and then it came all the way down to 0. Doesn't mean it's going to happen in a day, in a week, or a month. These things can take time. So that is one of the catalysts that I expect. And then we also have Binance, where there are rumors they are thinking that they're going to burn off a whole bunch of Luna Classic. That remains to be seen. God bless. TC out.